Do the intros ever get less awkward? That's Good morning, my name's Addison. I'm so super glad that you're back here at my channel watching my video today. So 5 steps for a more intentional 2020. Last week I was sitting down. Today I felt like I need to be sitting up, standing up. Much better. So what are we going to talk about today? I actually made notes, which is something that I'm not usually one to do. So here we are. I wanted to come in with a 5-tip video today. So let's talk about our 5 tips for a more intentional 2020. Now, this is something that you guys are going to see all over the place. Take or leave whatever you want from my channel. If you see something that really speaks to you, you are more than welcome to take it, use it, make it into your own. Nothing that I say here is new. It sometimes just takes the right person in the right moment and the right divine timing for us to hear something and it to sink in and to be what we needed to hear today. So I'm going to give you my first. This is my biggest tip. Number 1 is to purge right now. Yes, the day before solstice. Yes, the week before Christmas. Right before we are going to go into our most abundant season where we are giving gifts and we are maybe getting gifts and we are having this constant exchange of energy. Purge your physical space of stuff. This space behind me is my sacred space where I keep my most important things that I just love. I've gone through, and these items are items that I touch almost daily, and that's why they're here. It doesn't look like a super clean, minimal space, but what I have come to find is overall in my house, I was living a life where I was so weighed down by things. The only day that I had off, I spent the entire day cleaning, or I didn't clean, and then my house was just a total wreck. If you have kids, or if you just don't want to spend your only off day cleaning all day long, the best key to having a more free schedule to live an intentional life and dig into the things that you really want is to purge. So what I do every 6 months is I go through our house and I get rid of almost everything we own. I go through each room and we only keep a very few things. We definitely keep what's necessary, but anything extra or anything that I see my kids strew across the floor or anything like that goes. Bye-bye, see you later. So number 1, purge, donate, get rid of it, sell it, whatever. You've probably got abundance hiding in your corners that you didn't even know that you were looking for. Okay, number 2, plan unplugged time. These are the most profound moments where you get to listen for any spiritual downloads that you might be waiting for that you've just been too busy to be able to process. Sometimes Source will give me information and it's just like laid in my lap, I notice the times when my brain is the most sluggish that I am just like getting a download that has to come into my brain now. It's some bit of wisdom or knowledge or understanding that I have to know right this minute. But most of the time, the downloads that we are needing in our lives are ones that we need to allow space for and say, okay, Source, God, Goddess, universe, whatever speaks to you, let me know what you have for me. And just a little side note, I will go into all of this in a deeper video later on, but my biggest, deepest truth is that we are all connected and we are all intertwined with each other through love. And so whatever face you put on divinity is okay. Now, I have some very changeable experiences with Epona and with specific deity type manifestations of that energy, but you are all welcome here, and it is all, I love all of you. And so when I say that source energy, put to it whatever way feels right for you. So having that unplugged time is so important. One of the things that I did was wrote in my planner all of the times that the moon is void of course for the first like 3 or 4 months. Void of course is basically when the moon is transitioning from one sign to another sign, and that is a really good time, even if it's just a 2-hour window, to just have it marked in your calendar like, okay, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to fold some laundry, I'm going to do something that is not requiring much of me, because a lot of times those are when we feel foggy anyway, and just using those cycles to our benefit and understanding what's going on around us is going to help you really be intentional with how you're utilizing your burst of energy. Okay, number 3, we're going to talk about investing. So here's the main thing that I am really leaning into with this new year coming, is investing only in things that really bring me joy. Okay, so I'm not going to be buying so much stuff. I'm not going to be buying so much stuff. I have picked a very select certain things that I am going to buy, and then if I am out and about and I see something that I want, or I'm online shopping and I see something that I want, I'm gonna write down that I want that, and I'm gonna give myself at least 2 weeks to think about it and decide on what that is, because that is another thing that goes hand in hand with that purge cycle. If we are not bringing so much stuff into our home, we are not then perpetuating our continuous state of disarray and stress and undo, because we have so much stuff all the time. Now, there are going to be some things that do bring you complete joy, that are not necessarily needs, that are going to be a little more like my stuff here. I have stuff. Okay, so I'm not saying like you should have nothing and that there's nothing that can bring you joy, and that if you have little spots that are like full of your things, have your things. But what I'm talking about is, like, for me, when my kids have clutter crap all over the floor, it's the most. So only buy what you really feel joyful about. And I know for some people that's going to be like, you are getting in the way of my shopping habits now, what are you even doing? But investing in only those things that bring you like the most joy, that make you feel so well, and this includes food, guys. Let us live an intentional life in 2020 and clear out the junk. Number 4 is going to be to set boundaries for yourself. Over this last year for me was a big learning lesson on setting boundaries and listening to what feels good to me. Now, just because you set a boundary with someone, and you may be able to set a boundary that completely cuts off communication with someone between you and yourself. If you do that, then you need to continue to send love and not have any resentment for that person. If you cut someone off and ghost them and you still harbor ill feelings and ill will about that, there are quite a few tools that you can utilize in this regard, as far as utilizing tools to help you let go of past baggage. If you don't know anything about chakras or energy yet, we'll talk more about that as this channel grows and develops and comes into what it's going to be. But our bodies and our spiritual forms hold on to negative energy, and the best thing that we can do is release that. So one of my biggest tips is go outside barefoot. Also, on the full moon, release your negativity. So write it all out, burn it, all of those things. Okay, like I said, these are just little tiny bits, and I will go into detail about every single one of these things that I'm talking about in later videos. But for number 4, definitely setting those boundaries. And if you feel a physical response to something, I am actually really cutting back on my social media. Even though I'm coming to you guys every week and making sure that I'm bringing you information, I am overall really cutting back my time on social media, because I want the time that I spend there to be really intentional, to really dig in and mean something while I'm there. Number 5 is pick one planner for the whole year and commit to it. That is what I am doing, and I'm so excited. So I picked the Passion Planner. There's my copy. Sorry, I have a weird shadow. There's my copy of the Passion Planner. I can put a link in the description for a 10% off discount code if you guys want to use it. But it's really neat. The spreads don't come like this. I ordered stickers. But I am so excited because what this planner does is it gives you a prompt at the beginning of the year and the middle of the year, and it tells you to set a 5-minute timer where you're going to write down every single one of the things that you want to happen. So like paying off your debt, going on vacations, blah, 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 blah. What are like, maybe you're going to be healthy, maybe you're going to lose weight, whatever it is. You're going to go through and set a timer and just write. Like, don't even think about it. Just get every single thing that you want to bring into your life. Even if you, realism aside, like if there's every bit of like Harry Potter magic in the world and you could just snap your fingers and have whatever you wanted, bring all of that out to the table, because you're going to find a common thread of what's really important to you, to do it that way. So if once you make that list, they also then give you a game changer nugget. You pick one of those things that would be the ticket to helping you do the most of those things on that list. For me, it's going to be generating more abundance in my business revenue, right? So I am going to focus my energy on a specific amount of revenue from my businesses. Totally reasonable. And that in itself, along with my own personal development, is going to then bring me full circle into those other things that I want. But I love this Passion Planner. It has the monthly spreads, and then it has every single week. You get in here and it shows you day by day what the time spread out, places where you can like write in notes. I love it. I love. And here was where I was talking about these little purple blocks. Those are where the moon is void of course. So I already took my my 2020 Almanac, which my child has colored over. My 2020 Witches Almanac. I freaking love this. It's called the Magical Almanac. It's from Llewellyn's Publishing. I'll put the link in the description for this one as well. I love this book. So I guess our bonus tip is get you some resources, okay? This one is really good. There's also a book called Moonology, which is the bomb. It is so good. I really go back to this book the most. I don't think there's another one. Okay. This book, I used all of 2019. In the actual almanac section, you go to each day and it's going to give you what the moon sign is, what the information on the day of the week is, what the moon phase is in. So like let's go to today. Oh, today's not in this one because it's not 2020 yet. Hello. This is my 2019 version. So I'm going to go to today, the 20th. Okay. So Friday, it is Feast of Saint Dominic of Silos. I don't know who that is. I need to look that up now. It's the waning moon in the 4th quarter. Today's color is rose. The moon sign is Libra. And the incense suggestion is orchid. So every single day it's going to have that information for you. In the front, it also has what the magic of the day is. So Friday is for love, friendship, reconciliation, and beauty. Perfect. And then it goes through and talks about what the moon sign means. So today is a Libra moon. So it favors cooperation, social activities, beautification of surroundings, balance, and partnerships. So you can kind of plan, if you have any big projects or things going on, you can plan around what the moon is doing as well. The sunrise is absolutely gorgeous. We woke up so early this morning, like well before sunrise. So I am making this video for you as the sun is arising the day before solstice. So that was my tip number 6. Bonus tip, get you some resources. I love these two together. These are going to be my lifelines as far as planning what I'm doing. And as I said, the whole thing about living a more intentional 2020 means that you're going to really dig into what you want and manifest more moments of doing things that you love and learning things that you want to do. So some of the things for me that I am doing in 2020 are introducing houseplants. I have never been a plant mom, but I am venturing out into that. I will tell you my list of things. Actually, I wrote it down. So the things that I am manifesting for 2020 are houseplants, comfy corners, reading, journaling, crafting, having a garden, less dependency on my phone, learning what plants grow in my yard. So that's another thing that I'm going to be talking to you guys about as I'm learning that. Braxton and I went outside and we saw quite a few plants that have berries on them. He really wanted to eat them. Obviously we didn't do that because I don't know what they are, but I want to learn what grows in our yard. We live in a very rural area, so I'm certain that there are things that grow outside of our house that are specifically going to support us. I just don't know what they are, so I need to learn those things. I want to make more wild crafted things. I want to use my plant support tools way more often every single day and have gratitude for every space and speck of what I have. And that really goes back to that like minimal purging, only buying what you need and what brings you joy kind of space. I find that the best way to manifest more of what you're wanting is to like every single morsel of what you have to dig into gratitude and just understand that you are so blessed. Even on your worst, hardest day, you are so blessed and you are in such an abundant space. And that may feel, you may listen to me like, whatever, Addison, you don't know what you're talking about because I have this, that, and the other going on. But if we look across the span of like space and time, we live in the most abundant space ever so far. And it's only getting better. It's only going to go up. So it's a very blessed space that we're in. And so if we're not really operating from a space of gratitude and hanging on to those things that we get to have, we're just cheating ourselves out of joy. So that was all I wanted to bring to you guys today. Again, if you like what I have to say, if you like listening to me talk, there are going to be just more and more videos rolling out every week. I'm so excited to be here. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you know when I come to you with more information. And I hope that these 5 tips help you. In the comments, let me know if you have any other tips for having a more intentional 2020. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.